And welcome to another edition of the ETBU Sportsnet Coaches Show. I'm Kenneth the K-Rock Klein, feeling a little foolish for wearing polo on a cold day, even though I'm wondering when the snow is going to come in and maybe a little time to sleep in. But instead, you didn't come to hear me complain. You came here to watch me interview with the head coach. And of course, I'm here with the head men's soccer coach, Chad Cox, coming off a season-ending of course, a season-ending recap as well is what we're having here right now. So, Coach Cox, obviously your first year as head coach. From an overall perspective, what was it like, being a first-year head coach?
No, it was awesome. It's a great experience. I loved it. Obviously, we all wish we'd have gone a little deeper into the tournament once we got there, but first season, I couldn't have asked for a better group of guys and staff to be around me and to help me learn and grow. And for me to be a part of their journey this year was just a great experience and one I won't forget as we continue to move forward and get better.
Absolutely, Coach. And tell you what, obviously you've had some pretty outstanding performances individually. Of course, one guy that comes to mind, of course, Isaiah Simeon. He seems like he's a freshman. Let's just remind you there, even he was like your team's leading goal scorer all season long. But you've also had some other great performances, like from off the bench and such.
Yeah, no. Isaiah is definitely one that's a name now that everybody knows, and he earned it. Kid worked his tail off. He came in ready to go for his first year in college and wanted the success, and he pushed for the success, and he treated his body as so, and he earned every bit of it. And not only was he our leading scorer, but he led the entire conference in points for the year, freshman through senior. And so when you talk about conference-only statistics, he put himself up there at the top of the list, and he's well deserving of recognition for people to talk about that because he did a great job. And as far as everybody else around him, we had some other stellar performances. We got all conference awards this year, and seniors like Travis and Max were awarded with well deserved as well. Travis with first team and Max coming in with second team, but another great year and leaders and role models for us to continue to build off and learn from. And even Dom Wood as a senior leaving this program, he stepped up in so many ways on and off the field this fall and really brought some of these young guys along. And so we're very appreciative of that and just really excited about what's to come.
Absolutely, Coach. You think back to, obviously the three seniors you talked about, or I should say, three seniors. Obviously with Max and Dominic and, of course, Travis Atkinson, those three guys being vital parts of the club. What was it about those guys that made this, helped make this program continue to grow to where it is now?
Yeah, each one of those guys come from a different background, come from a different story, and I think that's what makes this program special. It's about us all bringing our own stories and our own strengths and putting them together and meshing at the right time in the chemistry. And, from Travis's different experience to coming in and being an older senior and that leadership and that perspective on things and what it takes to work in the weight room and work with his fitness. And Max just is a wizard on the ball. He does a lot of things, and he showcased some of that. And I hope some of the young guys have learned from his creativity and vision. And Dom brings a different energy to the field. That guy he's an animal and he's passionate. And when he's on the field, you notice. Regardless of statistics, he brings an attribute and a characteristic to this team the last few years that is something that will definitely be missed.
Absolutely, Coach. And I tell you what, looking at next year's team and all that, you do have plenty of returners as well. I can name off a few off the top of my head, but with Silas Sangano, Travis Floyd, and of course Isaiah Simeon, who you talked about, the goalkeeping as well. Justin Groves really kind of stepped up lately, but then there was a period where you had Christian Hernandez kind of step up and take the role. Just talk about, the returners and everything, just the excitement that they, it is to the future.
We're gonna return a large group, one of the largest returning groups we've had in the last few years. Only losing those three guys as far as seniors, and we're really excited about that. A good handful of those underclassmen have already received all conference awards, so it shows you the individual accolades that they're all capable of. And then there's several freshmen and sophomores this year, and even juniors that started every match. And played 70 to 80 minutes or 90 minutes a night. Talked about the goalkeeper situation. That's a great situation for us because Christian did step up when we needed for Justin. And I think those two guys have built a great relationship and they continue to push each other. And that's only going to be better for us in that position as we go forward with them two in the off season and then bringing in some other young pieces. We're very, very excited about where we are with the young group, and going into August, expectations and standards for ETBU soccer are going to continue to rise, and rightfully so.
Absolutely, Coach. And one final question, of course, this being obviously your first year as well, but also this being your first year of your wife, Kristen, as head soccer coach as well. It's kind of crazy. You both won your first games as head coaches on the same day, and strangely enough, you both end up with the same number of wins. Is that kind of a strange coincidence, or was there ever any competition to see who would get more than the other?
That's an ongoing joke that we have, and that the staff members, the people close like you guys that follow that recognize, and it's just kind of weird the way that the Lord places different steps in your life. For us to win our first games together was a blessing that we were both there. And both of our seasons probably had different tells throughout the few months as far as ups and downs and hot streaks and cold streaks, but at the end of the day we did end up right there at that same number, and I don't know why it is. I don't know why it is what it is, but we're definitely both going to continue to build on that, and excited that we were able to have our first year together, and just blessed to be a part of this program and the community and the university here at ETBU.
Well, we are blessed to have you two, obviously, and you, of course, being the coach of your respective programs. So another outstanding season, and we will look forward to you next year. That will conclude men's soccer for this season with head men's soccer coach Chad Cox. You'll hear more from him near the future. We will have another head coach for you on the ETBU Sportsnet Coaches Show when we come back.
Thanks, Kenneth.